What's up, guys? Hunter Frontier back at it again with another video, and in this video, guys, we're gonna be talking about cards that you definitely should be buying before it's too late. And of course, let's go ahead and start off by talking about the 2025 Megatins. And of course, we just want to do some price comparisons for pre-orders. If you are looking to buy on pre-order, that is up to you. If not, you can always just wait till the set drops. But when we talk about cards like Mold Charming Polaria, and of course Dominus Purge and Impulse, you can see here that if you compare the prices over here, Polaria is about $45, Purge is $45, and Impulse is $30. So pretty much I would say in terms of this, the prices reflect the prices on TCGPlayer. Other than Polaria, it is cheaper to buy it on TCGPlayer than it is on Gamer's Choice. And I would say that when you buy cards from a Gamer's Choice, typically they're always like near mint. They most likely are, unless it's more of like a print era once they pull it. And when it comes to TCGPlayer near mint is never near mint, so you got to be careful with that as well. Really, the only safe way is to go through eBay. If there are people that are selling cards like that, you can go ahead and at least look at the pictures and say, okay, this is the one I want, it's in perfect condition, or is the condition that I bought it at, and you guys are good to go there. But other than that, though, there are a bunch of cards here that definitely are worth picking up. You have the SP Lone Knight here for 28, while it is about 30 on Gamer's Choice. And then just going further down, there are some great picks like the Black Goat Laughs, easily 10 bucks on Gamer's Choice. So you have to kind of just pick your battle. Pot of Greed, 10 bucks on Gamer's Choice, a little more here. Fiendsmith Tracked, unless the price change on Gamer's Choice, you have it for 20 bucks over there. So again, you have to just kind of pick your battle with that. $14 for Warlows, which is probably the cheaper Warlows to pick up right now compared to the reprints. They're about 17, 18 bucks still. And then everything is a little bit under, I would say. Chaos Sorcerer, I think people saw the potential with that and just, wow, how cheap that was for $3 at Gamer's Choice. And that's pretty much why that just sold out. That and Bottomless Trap Hole for Edison. So that's really cool to see as well. Other than that, though, I would just kind of go ahead and just see, in like 8 bucks here, not too bad if you didn't catch the 3 bucks over there. Just try to compare and see what you need, and of course what you can wait for. That's really the question at the end of the day. But I'm excited to get these cards, especially for me. I actually picked up the Starlight Rare versions of the prize card Crimson Dragon, and I bought a few copies of that just to have, because I think that's really cool to have in a collection. Even though, again, they just kind of like made it into a Starlight Rare. Oh, we just passed it. Here we go. Dual Link Dragon, the Dual Dragon. I bought like 3 copies just to have in the binder. So at the end of the day, you kind of just have to pick your battles with that. But I know a lot of people weren't happy with, like, let's say Raigeki, the Altar, getting a Starlight Rare, right? So when they said they really wouldn't do another version of a Altar, and then they kind of did that. So you kind of have to take what they say with like a grain of salt when it comes to that. But regardless, though, again, if you guys are looking to buy on pre-sale, I would say Gamer Choice is the move for most of your pre-order choices. Moving on, we have Heavy Polymerization, and this card saw a buyout recently because of Lunalights and how well they've been doing recently. And you guys can see here it's about 12, 13, slowly going up. Now, when it did originally get bought out, it was like 7, 8 bucks, and then now you can see that the hype is really increasing. So the card is going to just continue to go further up in price. And I will say, for a card that they made an exclusive in the Megatins, who knows when it actually will come back again, because with them, they could just release this sometime this year before the year ends, or it could be early next year as well for another reprint set. But if you do need this card now, I wouldn't hesitate to buy it. But if you're kind of just like, I want to play Lunalights, but not really trying to play Lunalights right now, then you can just wait and see if this card gets reprinted. But just wanted to kind of just let you guys know. And then moving on, some people are speculating that Baron de Fleur, oh, it's been so long since I said that, is going to come back from the ban list. Now, of course, these are just rumors. This usually happens towards like ban list season, on like, wow, what can come back from the ban list, right? Pot of Greed coming back from the ban list, like things like that, just random people. So, and of course, we always maxi. So, people have been buying out the collector's rare from Maze of Memories, and I really do like the fact that a modern, Floodgate, it's still seeing that like the collector's rare is the more like sought after copy, other than the more traditional, I guess you'd say, like quarter center secret rare. So regardless, I mean, as long as you have a copy, you're still good to go. Like, even if it comes back, the super rare is not going to go to like 10 bucks, right? But as long as you just have a copy of it, then you're good. I would say that personally for me, I probably would have collected the quarter century secret rare just because it is the more like, you know, I guess you would say more modern. But again, for a one-off card that may or may not come back, at that point, I would just get a platinum secret rare. It still looks pretty nice, and it's only about $2-3. But that's just me. If you guys do want a copy of it, if you don't have one, lowest just grab a super rare, and you guys, of course, are good to go. But moving on, we want to talk about Exodia just for a little bit, and you guys can see here from the limited pack World Championship 2025 that they did release not too long ago. There are two different versions of that, right? So you have the emblazoned secret rare for almost $700 here, and then going further down here, the emblazoned ultra rare is at around $150. So people have been saying that if you can get the ultra rare, just kind of keep that. That's something good to hold long term. But again, when you do, you know, hold these cards that have these insane amounts of value, that is up to you. If you want to, you know, go ahead and flip it, you want to hold it, you could lose value, you never know. And again, with them, who really knows what they're going to do? Because now I think they've gone from originally Starlight rares being the highest rarity, then the quarter century secret rares, now back to Starlight rares, and who knows, I think now they're kind of jumping on a let's stamp every card wave, right? Because you can kind of see that not with just this, but of course with like cards like Gale, Whirlwind, and other cards too that they're just giving out to people who got tops at tournaments. So I would just be very careful with this, but if this is something that you do want, if you wanted this stamped version of Exodia, I would just personally say go with the cheaper version than the 700 plus version. That's just my opinion, but I'm just here to tell you guys. We have Retro Pack 2, and of course, you know, people have been buying this out. Like, it's been going crazy recently. People have been going to like Walmarts and Targets and just taking like everything, right? And I think when it comes to Retro Packs now, the fact that, you know, immediately like whatever cards you can pull, they're usually worth a certain amount of money. You can just go ahead and flip it immediately, because when it came to Retro Pack 1, a lot of the cards were very, very expensive. I think that was probably the move to kind of just do that and just flip, like sell immediately. I said immediately like 5 times. But I would say though, if you're trying to look to like buy, you want to buy the singles, do not buy on TCGPlayer, right? Unless you're buying from someone else that you know, like in person, do that, or go to eBay and just look at the pictures, because again, there have been so many error marks that people have been, you know, saying, especially when it comes to like the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, or I've even heard people say Light and Darkness Dragon as well. You know, something that is very heavily sought after, and it's just like the printing errors, the inking error, like everything has just been really bad, I've heard. So you just want to be very careful when you buy from TCGPlayer, because again, near mint is not near mint. But if you guys do buy anything else on TCGPlayer, definitely go ahead and hit that TCGPlayer link down below, and anything you guys do buy helps the channel. And guys, last thing we want to talk about is Bonanza. And with Bonanza here, I will say that when it comes to a set that was, again, a reprint set, but in higher rarity, now that we have these Starlight rares to kind of just, you know, conflict with that, right? Because now people are like, wait a minute, why hold this one? Because it doesn't have a Starlight rare version now. So that means eventually it's going to get that version and the card's going to go down. Now, if you don't care about that and you've been looking to buy whatever card specifically in quarter century secret rare, and this of course goes for Bonanza, it goes for Stampede, I would just look at that card, wait for it to go down, and then you can buy into it, because a lot of prices have been just dipping like crazy, especially when it comes to modern sets, right? If we talk about like core sets like Infinite Forbidden, like those quarter century secret rares have been going down, like the Light and Darkness Fusion Dragon as well. So just as an example. But I would say just kind of like wait and see which card you do want, and if you do want it in the high rarity, hey, no one's gonna stop you. But I'm just saying, you can always just buy a lower rarity version. But this would be the time to actually look into that, right? I don't think something like Dark Magician will go down for a long time unless it finally releases that Starlight rare version. But guys, that's all I really want to talk to you about for today's video. If you guys like the video, make sure to give it a huge like, comment down below your thoughts. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn notification bell on so you're updated the next time I upload new videos. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.